Oh, baby face. I've just had some really cool stuff happen, and I haven't shared a lot of it. And now it's time to share story time because I was in the shower and I was like, wow, I'm inspired. They're both kind of long-winded, but I'll start with this one. We had a get-together for my work, and my manager brought me and this other girl aside, and she was speaking about her potential. She wanted us to step up as leaders. At my other job, I sought that out. I desired it so much, and it really ruined my experience there because by not getting it, I didn't want to then become the person who would have obtained that leadership position. This time it found me, and that meant a lot. I love my manager. She's taken me under her wing. It's incredible. And in the past few videos, I've spoken about how I'm trying to gain confidence in my voice, learn how to use my voice in a loving, guiding way. I've had trouble my whole life with putting people above me. That makes it so hard for me to perform and move with confidence. But I've gotten a lot better at this. One thing that I'm very guilty of, though, is comparing myself to spiritual greats, spiritual giants, Jesus, Lahiri. You know, well, I say the names a lot, but I astral projected last night after doing my meditations where I've been practicing just God. I'm excited. I'm really excited to share it with you guys. And having God, which in other words, love, peace, stillness, fill me. Nothing else. And moving, thinking, eating, talking, everything through that. And I enter this room where it's just stone saints. Mother Teresa, Jesus, Paramahansa Yogananda, Sri Anandama. Those are the ones that I can name off by face right now, but there were probably like 14 to 18 of them in this room. The room was polished granite. It was so beautiful and sleek. And I walk in and all of these faces, all of these forms, these bodies, in my opinion, were perfect vessels for God, for that love. They transmitted it beautifully. What they were wearing, the frame they were wearing, was merely a costume, a facade. It was like a thin sheet over a light. And I go up to one of them, and lo and behold, Paramahansa Yogananda. The way the statues were was so precise, though. I mean, every single individual hair was stone. And then he takes life in front of me. Completely animated, skin, beautiful coffee color. His hair, like around to his knees. He probably looked 35 to 40, maybe. He was wearing his, signature orange renunciate robes of the Swami order. And he starts walking, and I look at this man. And this is something that's kind of cool, because I didn't realize it till later, but he was part of the Brahmin caste. So in India, they have a caste system with the lowest being the untouchables, and the top, from my understanding, being Brahmin. And this, like, omnipotent voice, there was no face to it. It was just this omnipresence voice was, he's part of the Brahmin family. He has more money than you could ever conceive. He is a great. But when he looked at me, as he's walking, like he walked away, and then he turned around and looked at me because I stood in the middle of the room that's where his statue was before it became animated. Just tender love. It was like a mother looking at a child. Oh, so cute. And it was like what I was hearing was the voice of illusion, which I've created. I know that this is a subconscious excuse that I've used in the past for why these people are better than me, because of the materialistic status that they were born into. But they don't see themselves like that. They don't even see themselves. They are just love, and they express themselves accordingly. And it helps so much with what I've been trying to grow within myself, which is a leadership, the ability to lead others while being eye level with them, to show them like, I love you and I'm guiding us towards the right direction. Trust in me, and I promise you, I will take you there. And that's kind of the look he gave me. That's at least how it felt. And it felt so beautiful to be in the room of these greats who did that so beautifully throughout their life. And in a way, it was to remind me that you are no different. And even you, that you're watching this, you are no different. Don't ever think that. You have as much potential as every other individual. They're just expressing different parts of that potential, as you are too. So that was cool. That gave me a lot of confidence in what I've been doing and that I'm heading in the right direction. Just keep on doing what I'm doing. It was just an outer experience to inspire me. Next one was the next thing that I want to talk about. It's kind of a blast from the past. There's this one individual who really grew me and was there from the beginning when the spiritual stuff really kicked up. She knows who she is. She's watching this. Around 2 weeks ago, it was the day when I made the video of God. It was the day that all that occurred. I spoke about how I had one of those experiences where I became everything inside the cosmic body and all that. So, to help you guys understand this, think of the tree. Think of a tree. Look, I'll even show you. They're already here. We use my windows right there. See, right there. That little beautiful tree, right? So you see the trunk, you see all the leaves, all that, right? When you look at that, you're like, that's the tree. Each individual leaf is like us. Every person walking around is a leaf. They're a smaller part of the greater whole. But without the tree, those leaves would die. Without the one, everything would cease to be. And so we identify ourselves as the leaf, as this flesh and blood, as the ego that dominates it. But when you eliminate that, when you silence that, and you still see what is there, the one, then you can get in tune with everything. The world, everyone's mind becomes your mind. And that's the part that I want to emphasize in this, because when doing that, you can then go and put yourself in other shoes to go see how you affected them in times that where you did wrong onto another. And it can help you expand your empathy, your perspective, and it can help you forgive them and yourself for situations that caused a lot of turmoil, chaos, and pain for both of you. I've done this in the past. I've literally become my ex's father one time, and that was a trip. But either or, with this individual, they're with someone new now, and I love it. They're so, it's admirable what they've put themselves through. I guess they kind of put themselves through it. But they've just been with each other through thick and thin. And the relationship that I had with this individual was great. And in my opinion, what they have is even greater. It's awesome. But I was in tune with everyone's mind at this point. You can understand when people are thinking about you, when they're yearning for you, how they feel about you, so on and so forth. And oddly enough, I was getting signals from this individual. They've been thinking about me. I was like, well, that's kind of odd. Like, we don't talk. We don't speak. Simply as it is. We've spoken twice in the past, 5 months. And only for a message or two. And so I was kind of odd, but I have love for them. I was like, okay, that's cool, but I don't see any communication happening. Fast forward a little bit, and I see them checking up on me, on my stuff. When in the past, I could be wrong, but my stuff, all this, is what caused the majority of our downfall, because there was no understanding. I didn't know how to explain what I was doing, and I honestly felt like I just scared her a lot. And then after a point, I wasn't willing to speak about it because I was resentful over how I was treated in the past, over it. But I'd overcome that. And it made my heart happy to see that, oh, they're at least checking up on me. I was like, oh. So I guess it all wasn't voodoo what I experienced that day. And so then to tie this back into the astral projection, after that moment with the stone saints, everything dissipated, and I was in the living room of this individual and her partner's apartment. I was sitting in a chair speaking to him, and we were getting along great. I was helping him open up, speak about where he wants to get better in his life, helping him realize, well, just guiding his thought so he could realize where he's struggling and how he can change that. And she was sitting over there just so happy, seeing her two boys get along. And with the love that I've been practicing, it was present there. And this love is selfless. You don't want things from people. You only ever want something because you believe that it's going to make you happier in having it. But what if you already have that happiness within you at all times? What's the point in wanting it? It's not going to make you feel any better. It was through that love that I was speaking to him and being with them. There was no desire, yearning to tear them apart so I could be with this individual. It was a beautiful union of the three, of us three. And I came out of that experience just so happy that there was balance in that relationship and in all of us. It was really, 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 really cool. Astral projection, man. Meditation, astral projection, love, the Holy Trinity. Cool. Love you guys.